Hi, welcome. Today we're going to talk about Alireza Firouzja. Nowadays, Firouzja is quite important because he has broken one of the most complicated records to break. So about Firouzja, Firouzja was born at Iran and nowadays he lives in France and has double nationality, so he's French too. And about his actual rating, he is one of the top players in the world. He is the first youth player with 2777 of rating. Of course, he has 20 years old, and Gukesh and Pragnananda, the Indians, they are younger, but he is still the number one. About his record, well, he was the first player to break the 2800 of rating with just 18 years old and 5 months. So he has a quality. When Carlsen plays with him, he suffers a lot. So I'm going to show you a small video about one of these moments that has been played at Croatia this year. So let's see. So he has won this game, and we see Carlsen completely in shock after losing the game against Firouzja. He didn't know where he has done the mistake. So incredible stuff. About his actual rating, he is in this moment with 2777 of rating. He is the number 5 in the world, and about some of his stats, he was the second youth player behind Wei Wei to reach 2700 of rating at just 16 years old and 1 month. So this guy is quite strong. So what will we see today? Well, I'm going to show you a game that, in my opinion, is one of the most incredible games that Firouzja has won. So on those days, Firouzja was with the rating of 2770, and he played with a strong grandmaster named Nishad Abazov. So this has been played at Riga in 2021. So Firouzja is playing with whites, and an interesting quote by Alireza Firouzja. It's below. So he told one very interesting thing. I'm thinking about improving and having fun. So if you want to improve your chess level, you need to have fun. Because if you're not enjoying the process, you won't improve. If you're still seeing this video and you're not subscribed, please do me this favor, because 87%, almost 87% isn't subscribed. So I don't know why don't you like me. Please help me improve this channel and reach a wider audience. So I want to help you to improve. So help me, like this video, enjoy the content, and subscribe. It's quite simple, it's easy, and you just need to click on the option subscribe, and you will be happy, I will be happy, everyone will be happy. So subscribe now and let's be friends. And don't forget to comment below and with some news or probably some critics too about my accent. Probably, I don't know. Well, let's continue. So about this game, Alireza Firouzja is playing with white and Abazov is playing with black. I've put the French nationality, but of course, you know, he has two nationalities. So he started with e4, and after e4, e5, knight f3, and knight f6. So Abazov is playing the Petrov. But one interesting thing about Firouzja's style. So Firouzja with white most of the times play Italians, so the gioco pianissimo, gioco piano, and the Spanish opening. And with black, he plays a lot the Sicilian. He plays several different variants, and I've seen several games of him with the Caro-Kann defense. Of course, he knows how to play against d4, obvious, and he plays d4 too. So this is a very complete player. So continuing, here Firouzja will show how to attack, and if you like tactical moves, if you want to do aggressive games, this game is for you, because it continues with the Steinitz attack. This is a very, very aggressive attack against the Petrov. And here, Abazov has continued with knight takes. Of course, this is completely playable. This is theory. And here, of course, after pawn takes, the idea is that Firouzja is controlling the center. So he gains some space, and okay, probably for most of the persons that don't know this Steinitz attack, they will think about this kind of stuff. And okay, the idea isn't to study the Steinitz attack. Later, if you want me to study this, please put on the comments and I will analyze the Steinitz attack. But just to show, if here Abazov played bishop c to try to take here on f2, the continuation would be bishop c4. So this is all theory. These are all theoretical moves. Because let's see, if bishop takes, we will continue with king f1. I don't need to be afraid, because now let's see, imagine if he does castle kingside, I can play just queen d5, I'm attacking the knight, and the knight is the only defender of the bishop. So I will win material. So this position is completely won for white. Oh, okay, but what if bishop goes to b6 and I'm threatening to give a double attack? Yeah, I don't need to be worried about, because queen d5 is threatening to give checkmates and I will win the knight. Oh, but Luis, the knight can go to g5. Yeah, it's possible, but bishop takes and now it's over. I'm going to win everything. Everything is perfect for white. So this is interesting. And if the knight takes on f2, we will be happy too, because, oh, okay, oh no, my queen, the knight is threatening to take the queen and the rook, I'm going to lose material, oh my god. No, it's simple. Bishop takes on f7. If king takes, I can give a check, and I'm happy again, because after, for example, king goes to, I think this is probably a normal move, we can continue with bishop g5. And the problem is that the queen cannot go anywhere. So after bishop e7, bishop takes, queen takes, and I take the knight. So black hasn't taken nothing, and I'm winning this position. It's not a big win on material, but in the evaluating the position, this is easier for white because of the central control and because of the superior development of the white pieces. So, of course, this hasn't happened on the game. So he has played d5. d5 is a normal move, and Firouzja continued with knight d2. Okay, again, just to show, if bishop c5, you don't need to be afraid, because knight takes knight, and after pawn takes, I take the queen, king takes, and now I have knight g5 winning material. So this is a slightly advantage for white. So, of course, bishop c5 cannot happen. So you don't need to be afraid if you want to play the Steinitz attack. So this continued with bishop e7. So it's kind of boring, in my opinion. It could do different stuff. Probably, for example, knight takes knight, and yeah, the game is normal again. But okay, bishop e7, and now knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes, and Firouzja is saying, I don't have any problems to play an endgame with you if you want to play it. And after knight to d4, of course, this is a normal move because I want to control the central squares, so I want to occupy one of the central squares. We already talked about that here in this channel. So here, Abazov continued with knight to d7, threatening to take the pawn on e5. Here, Firouzja has continued with bishop f4, but of course, if you're thinking about the advancing of the pawn, yeah, this is completely possible and normal, and in my opinion it's good too, because if black takes, of course the knight can take, and this knight is boring for black. But here, okay, Firouzja has continued with bishop f4 to protect this pawn, and after knight goes to c5, he will continue with castle queen side. So this is a normal position. This is equal for white and black. But the thing is that, in my opinion, this is easier for white. Sorry, because well, my king is protected. I have developed bishop. My knight is centralized. This bishop will go to a good square. This one or this one, for example. Even this square is good because the bishop has good access to two good diagonals. And black has two bishops in the 8th, so I don't like it. So here, Abazov continued with c6. And after bishop to c4, a normal square to play the bishop, he will play bishop e7. And now, let's go. Rook e1. Everything is normal, because here, Firouzja is the king, as the king protected, has developed the pair of bishops, and the knight is centralized. And now we want to put the rooks on the open files. So he isn't doing nothing complicated. He is following the principles in the opening. So, easy stuff. Here, Abazov has played a5. And okay, a5 is an idea, because he wants to play probably this kind of stuff. But it isn't easy, because you need to calculate knight takes c6. So here, h3 first to prevent bishop g4. So this is a prophylactic move. And after h5, he doesn't want to let the g4 advance. So in this moment, Abazov is just defending this position. So in the psychological way, I think Abazov is affected. So here, Firouzja played a3, and after bishop to d7, he will continue with king b1, just protecting everything, and he doesn't want to have any problems in this game. So it's kind of Fischer style. So he is protecting all his problems, he's solving all his problems, and when he solved everything, he will finish the game and will win this position. So, of course, this is still equal. So, after this move, Black has played bishop to b5, and now, of course, bishop a2, because this is a good diagonal, just to show. If you are thinking about bishop to e2, this isn't so good as the move Firouzja has made, because, well, this pawn is protected and this one is protected too. In the other diagonal, we have access to f7 and we have more squares in this diagonal. So evaluating the quality of the bishop is better in this square. So continuing castle kingside, and now let's go to the party. G4, let's go, let's go. So G4, he is giving up a pawn. So pawn takes, bishop takes with any problems. And here, Firouzja will play the beautiful knight takes c6. So he doesn't have any problem losing the rook or the quality, because after that, knight takes e7, king h7, and now this is checkmate, because the knight is controlling the two squares and it's over. So, of course, Abazov hasn't played this way. So he has made this move, rook to e8, and after that, okay, Firouzja will continue showing how to play chess. So knight d5, improving the position of the rook and creating some pressure on the knight. This continued with rook attacking the knight, and after knight a7, now we have a new problem playing with black, because the knight is threatening to take the rook and is attacking the pawn. And if you play this move, we have a small problem. Black player has a small problem, because here we can just play, for example, bishop e3, threatening to take the knight. And I'm not seeing many squares to play the knight, because this one loses a pawn, this one loses a knight, and this one isn't interesting too, because knight c6 again, and after, for example, probably this move, knight takes, and rook takes b5. So Firouzja calculates very well. So he has seen that. And because of this reason, of course, rook goes to a8, and okay, Firouzja wins another pawn. So right now he is winning by one pawn, but if we evaluate this position, this pawn will fall too. And don't forget, this king isn't well protected, because white has already two files open, and we can explore later these files to attack the black's king. So this game is already finishing, because here rook has played to b8, and after knight c7, threatening to take the knight on e8, a8, sorry. Here black has played rook to a7, and after pawn advances, beautiful move, he opens the bishop, and now we have several different ideas for white. So here the black player has moved rook to b7, threatening to take on b2, and after pawn takes, check. Here, of course, this move cannot happen. It's not good for black, because here I can do whatever I want. For example, rook takes, and the bishop is attacking the king. And okay, this is completely won for white, because I'm winning by 4 points. So this can happen. So here Abazov has played king to f8. And after that, he has played bishop e5, protecting the square on b2. And here Abazov doesn't have nothing. He continued with knight d7, and now Firouzja will make a brilliant move. If you want, you can put on pause to think a little bit, because this move is very strong. We'll finish with all the suffering of Abazov. So the move is beautiful. Rook takes knight. Why is that beautiful? Simple. Because after bishop takes, here, Firouzja has played rook h1 and the game it's over. Why it's over? Simple, because the bishop is protecting the pawn and I'm threatening to give checkmate. Of course, here Abazov has resigned, but just to show, if bishop has taken the pawn, here rook h8, king goes away, and now we have knight d5. So this isn't possible, and this is ugly because of this reason. So let's see. This isn't possible too. So we need to play this ugly stuff. And after rook takes, we can just take the rook, and this is completely won. So for full points of advantage for white. So this game was incredible. Just to have one idea, Firouzja has made, I evaluated with chess.com, and Firouzja has made a 98% game, and the evaluation of chess.com was 3100 rating. So incredible level by Firouzja. My question for you is, do you think Firouzja has the potential or the quality to be world champion? What is your opinion? I want to know, because I'm afraid that Firouzja won't reach that level because of his fashion career. I don't know if this is true or if this is false, but on the internet, everyone is saying that he is willing to continue with fashion and not with chess. What do you think about this? Tell me something in the comments. And if you spent the video until the end, thank you very much for all your support. And don't forget, tomorrow we will be here again to do another video. I want to know your ideas, and if you have one idea of content, please tell me something in the comments, because I want to do material that you like. So have a good night and till tomorrow. Bye bye.